My name is Joan 𝗦𝗂 I am 27. I have two children, Jace, who is 11 months old, and 𝗦𝗂, who is 10 years old, and I am married to my wonderful husband, Andrew. Before Northwest, I remember being very broken. I was filled with a lot of church hurts from my past because I got pregnant at the age of 16, and the church essentially shunned me out of their church. I was heavily involved in the church, but once I got pregnant, I was no longer able to participate in anything church related. I had to sit in the back of the church. They made me feel like I didn't belong there. No one could really speak to me. It was very, very difficult to be there. So I eventually left the church because I was hurt. I just couldn't believe how, someplace that I thought would love me, especially in my sin. So I left the church, and it took me some time to be able to go back to any kind of church. And once I did that, started attending other churches, I still felt like something was missing. And during that time, I was dating Andrew, who is my husband, and he said to me, "Oh no, something's missing here, I need more." And he remembered from a while ago that 𝗦𝘂 invited him to Northwest, like way back when they were in high school. So he was okay, let's go check out this church. So once we both went to the church together, Andrew fell in love with the church. But for me, I was like, no. But I can tell you, even from the beginning of being at church, it was hard to open up and let people in again, because I was still holding all that unforgiveness that was in my heart. What changed my heart is I forced myself to be involved in the small group. When I came to Northwest, of course, I was, kind of hesitant about sharing my life. But I think not being judged is really what made the difference for me. Like the fact that everyone received me. I was dating, and we're in our sin and all that, but no one judged us. Whenever I would open up about my past or things that I've done, I was still welcomed with open arms. I remember when my mom and my parents got into a terrible car accident, I remember my group leaders putting together a meal plan. Like, they didn't even know my mom. I was pregnant at that time with my son, and they literally created a meal plan and sent food. Makes me emotional, but they sent food to my mom because they knew me, and that really touched me. The generosity of the church, I've never seen anything like that before. Even with having Jace, I've received so many items from him. Like, I didn't even have to buy any clothes. I didn't have to buy any shoes because they just gave. Like, when I think about what I went through for my teenage pregnancy and how the church rejected me, this time around, I just felt God's love just pour out on this situation, and to remind me that, I am loved. Go big to me and my family meant that my children get to see the fruits that were produced to us giving our all to God. I remember when I was a single mom not tithing consistently because I needed to make ends meet. I needed to feed my daughter. So I was like, if I give, I'm not gonna have enough. But I remember once I got married, Andrew, he's a big giver, and he was not going to be okay with us not giving. And just him pressing into that and making it known, I just saw God move in so many ways, like acknowledging that this is his and he comes first, and just especially putting that first on our budget before we do anything else. I've seen the impact that God has had on our lives. Like, even with my husband's job, his career job here at 𝗬𝗪𝗏, he wasn't even searching for a job, and God just opened that door for him, even when he wasn't looking. He didn't even put in an application. Like, they just came to him, and I just seen God just move in so many miraculous ways. And I think the only way that happened is because we decided to trust God with everything that he's given us. If I had one thing to tell you, it's to trust God, because I mean, when I think about it, I had trust issues in my past. But when you really trust God, that means you're trusting him with your money. You're trusting him with your life. You know that whatever decision you make, it has to be centered around God. Like everything that I've done, I have to think, okay, what does God think about this? I think if you fully trust God in everything that you do, I mean, you will be able to see what he does in your life. You have to trust God.